Wow. Oh, I can't. Oh, okay, I get it. So switch weapon LT, and then I'm gonna make dodge LB. Where's dash? I don't know if that's a good idea. Hold up, let me think. Block. I guess we'll give it a try. Why not? Or maybe make
brawl is surely brewing. Now go.
A brawl is surely brewing. Oh god. Oh, I forgot to buy the invisible. No! Fuck! Forgot to buy the invisible thingy.
Red hot. Now go.
Oh my god! Alright. I'm a little bit confused there. Oh! How do I dodge that? Huh? Hey! What? The fuck is going on? Oh my god, what the fuck is this? What? What the fuck? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna rewire some things a little bit. I know it's gonna sound dumb, but I'm gonna make the controls similar to Dark Souls. Now, just bear with me. Just bear with me. Trust me. We'll make this work. Switch weapon back to LT. I mean LB. And then the ult, let's make it R2. Okay, I think we're good. So dodge, yeah, okay. Let's see if my Dark Souls brain gonna help me here.
A great slam and then some. You're up.
Oh my god! I forgot. You cannot dodge that one. Wait, hold up. Oh my god! No! I forgot I changed the keybind. Alright. Okay, how do you dodge? Oh, wait. Can you just crouch to dodge that? Oh.
A brawl is surely brewing.
I'm dumb. Oh my god, that was too close for comfort. Fuck! I hate myself. Oh yeah, I can. Ah, shit. Okay. It requires a little bit of rewiring. Alright, come on, really?
A brawl is surely brewing.
A brawl is surely brewing. Okay. Okay. I kept doing it. This is the old.
Good day for a swell battle. Here goes.
Oh! Okay. I misclick again. Oh! Why didn't I just shoot a shotgun this whole time? Knockout! Yeah, it requires a little bit of brain rewiring. But I got it. It's probably not a good idea. It's probably not a good idea to dodge with B or circle. Let me think. Also, hold up. I want to buy the Invisijuice. The juicer! Automatic pair. No way. Okay, that's so good. Hello? Automatic parry? Huh? What? It is I, Game Jimmy. I grant three wishes, and this is the first each wish double HP till the next win. Huh? Oh, I just get an extra HP? For randomly? Nice. Okay. Oh, Solium.
Here comes a spooky bunch.
Oh shit. Is a fight? Alright. Oh, this is a good parry practice. Okay, now I see why this game has such a good score. Everything is so responsive. It feels nice. Like, the game feels so high quality. I feel like every mistake is my own in this game. kind of cool.
Victory!
Noise.
Gosh, I don't know how to thank you boys for saving me. Where are my manners? I didn't even introduce myself. I am known as the legendary Chalice. Pleased to meet you. I was searching for magic and got trapped by those ghosts. Speaking of oh my god, please accept this gift, it should help. There are other mausoleums surrounding Isle. I just wonder. Okay.
Unlock a new super. The fuck is a super?
Dear me, you mustn't forget that magical super arts have to be equipped in the menu before use.
Okay. Energy beam and devastating attack spills from your head. Horizontal only. Ground on air. How the fuck do I use it? Huh? Okay, Reeby and Croaks. The fuck? Oh, it's the frogs. Okay. Okay, so you can literally go anywhere you want to. Interesting. What's that? You two want to fly in a plane like I do? Ha! You're not sitting in any cockpit till you study those blueprints. This blueprints? Alright. Cockpit girl's voice, okay. Shoot. Oh! I forgot this is a thing. RT special. 1 meter. Huh? Art. Oh, I don't have the meter. Wait a minute. Does the UI adjust with my changes? I'm curious. Just a test. Oh, it does. Okay. Interesting. Now let me think. Restore defaults. Alright. Okay. We'll just roll with the default. I feel like the devs know what's best. Yeah. Alright. Okay. Threatening Zeppelin. Wait, Chad, how long is this game?
It's surely brewing. You're up.
Is it a long ass game? Are you fucking kidding me? Wait, what? Oh my god. Alright. Oh my god, that's so hard to dodge.
Ooh, it's so hard to dodge.
Wow. Oh, this one's hard.
Here's a real high-class bout. And begin.
And begin. Whoa! What the fuck is that? That's cool. Alright, you, oh god. Oh, you fuck! Come here! Ah, shibal. What? Oh shit. Whoa, this is so cool. What the fuck? Ah! Oh my fucking god. Yo, this is so cool, the shit. Nice. This is such a cool boss. I like this one. God damn. B plus. Alright, hold up. Bing, a bang, a boom. Yum. Sorry. Cuphead. Oh, this is getting easy. God damn. Oh, hello. You'll not take damage during. Oh shit! I didn't equip it yet. Treetop trouble. Run and gun.
And begin!
And begin. Oh shit. Ay fita. Okay, I need to get those coins.
And begin!
Alright, I fucking hate this game.
Now go!
Oh, you fucking fuck. Alright, fuck you all.
Here goes!
Here goes! Oh my god. Ooh, let's go. Alright, fuck you. Come here, you fuck! Alright. I wanna get all the parries.
Now go!
Alright. Maybe I shouldn't go for all the parries. How about? Alright, fuck you.
And begin!
Okay, how am I supposed to attack diagonally when this is only omnidirectional? Oh my god.
It's on!
You really have to like pace it out. Holy shit. This game knows what it's doing. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, I fucking hate timing so much. Oh. Dude, the parry window. Oof, that's so fucking... Okay. Alright, Oh my god. Now I'm kind of glad I died. I missed a coin. Oh, okay. Fair enough. How do I get there?
Here goes.
Here goes. Ah!
Here goes.
Holy shit, this game is precision porn. Ooh, that was so bad. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, how the fuck do I jump over there? Oh. Oh, I'm dumb. I forgot you can dash in this game. You can dash in this game.
You're up.
Oh my god. Okay. You can dash in this game. I'm gonna dash every second now. Alright, that's a bad idea. Okay, that's a bad idea. Let's not do that. I guess the game would be like 5-6 hours? Really? Is that short? Fitta helvete jävla fan.
You're up.
Oh, that's a bad idea. Oh my god.
Now go.
Now go. Okay, what? Alright. My brain is not... Wow. Okay.
You're up.
My brain is not getting used to this multitasking bullshit. Okay.
You're up.
I can't. I cannot like focus. I keep just getting distracted by everything. Oh my god! Fuck! I need to stop doing it! Okay, I cannot stop doing it, I'm sorry. I'm just gonna keep doing it. I misclicked. Alright, this is perfect. Run and come! Huh? Okay. Oh my god, dude.
Now go!
My brain is not wired for this game.
It's on!
Okay. Was that worth it? I have no idea. Brain, please work.
You
What?
just need a cup of mud, I mean coffee, to get good.
I'm already out of coffee. I would, I'm not gonna lie. I would drink some more if I have. Holy shit. Alright. Bum, 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 bum. Ooh. Alright, that's not a good bling. I really wanted that. What the fuck?
Here goes!
Chat, my brain cannot comprehend this game. I keep getting distracted!
You're up!
I don't know why. Oh my god, dude, just don't do that, Rat. Why? I don't have AD. Do I have
It's
ADHD?
on!
My brain cannot stop doing it. Oh, you fucker. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm gonna keep doing it.
Here
We're
goes!
just gonna deal with it until I can do it. But I'm gonna keep doing it. Yep.
Here goes.
If my brain wanna play this game on a hard mode, let's play this game on a hard mode. Okay. I forgot this is a thing. Okay. Oh my god. I'm just making the game harder than it should be. What? Alright. Oh my god, dude. I cannot stop. I'm sorry. I'm addicted hitting those pings. I feel like if I don't hit the pings, I'm not beating the game. Oh my god! I don't have to get hit there. But I did. Yeah, the shotgun is useless. It doesn't really do more damage. It's just more bullets. Maybe that's why it... Oh, I see. Okay, I see how it works. Alright. Oh, holy! Oh my god, that was bad. Okay, we got it.
And begin.
Okay, shotgun is a scam. It's not worth it. Huh? Okay.
It's on.
It's on.
Woohoo! That was close.
No. Okay, whatever. Okay, on a spot like this. Ooh. I think shotgun is really good to fight off like flying enemies like those. For enemies that you require to aim. Yeah, okay, I see. Oh my god, my brain.
It's on.
It's on! Why? Why do I keep doing it? No, bro.
And begin!
Headshot. Stop thinking about... I got an achievement, parry performance. Oh my fucking god. Stop getting distracted! I'm gonna stay here. The ping's gonna come back, right? She'll come back. For sure. Surely she'll come back. And I'm gonna take a bite of my bread. The ping's gonna come back. Don't worry. It's actually pretty good. Oh my god. Let me drink. She'll come by. Oh, okay. They actually don't spawn anymore. Wow.
It's on! Wow. Wow. Wowzer. Oh my god. Really? It's on!
I literally cannot take damage on the first one. That's a deal breaker. Yeah. Well. Oops. No fucking way. Every fucking time. Fuck you and your mom. Kindly. No! Oh my god. What the fuck am I doing? Ah! No way! Wow, you gotta fight a boss?
Now
At
go.
the end? Alright, really? I don't like this.
And begin. Here go.
I should have do this from the start. Fuck this section. Oh, hello. What you looking at? My chip? Ha! It's not my fault. I've been busy fighting off those casino debtors. Now I gotta save up to have my blade fixed. So help me, I wish someone would bust that King Dice 1. I would bust you.
A brawl is surely brewing.
So weird.
You're up.
Oh, okay. I see what's going on now. Okay. Wow.
A brawl is surely brewing. Now go.
No. Huh? Okay, that's a new attack. Oh, this song is a jammer. The fuck? Oh no! Ah, shit.
A great slam and then some. And begin.
Oh no. They already failed. Oh, okay.
This match will get red hot. It's on.
Okay. There we go. Okay, that one you cannot do it. Hey, Fita! What do you want me for? Focus, you fuckface? iPhone. Alright. My
Here's a
brain
real high-class belt.
cannot
Now go.
deal with this. Hey, no, I got distracted. There we go. There we go. That's what I'm liking. Oh, fuck you. Okay. There's too many things.
Here's a real high-class belt. It's on.
This is the worst thing for me. I cannot focus more than 2 things in a row.
Here's a real high-class belt. Now go.
No, I'm gonna retry every time I got hit once.
It's on.
No matter how many times I retried. I gotta get the perfect run. Okay. Fail again.
Here's a real high-class belt. And begin.
Okay, where is it? There it is. Okay. Alright. Huh?
Slam and then stop.
What just happened?
Now go.
I don't get it. Alright, I need to do that. Okay, fuck you. No!
Raddtrap, please just focus. Is this helping you focus? It's not hard, just focus. You can focus. Raddtrap.
Good day for a swell battle. You're up.
You're up! Okay, where is it? Okay. Alright. What? Okay, he never did that before. That's like a jump scare, holy shit. No, I failed again. No, oh no. Oh my god.
This match will get red hot. You're up.
This is addicting though. I thought I cannot stop playing. What the fuck? I failed. I want to restart so bad. Oh, please. ADHD. Okay. Just focus. Okay, that's it. Focus. Okay, I failed again. I hate myself. That's okay. Okay. Alright, let's go. We hit it. Okay, I'm not sure what is going on here. Let's go. Oh, my brain does not compute that. Alright, let's go. Wow. You know what works? I cannot talk at all playing this game. This sucks. I cannot talk. But I'm streaming. How? I have to actually focus 100%. It's like playing a rhythm game. Oh, it sucks, dude. Why is my brain dumbass? Come on, brain. Who the fuck are you? Well, ain't that a pip? Looks like you boys really put the...
Mr. King Dice.
Oh.
I'm the gamest in the land.
Okay.
I never play nice. I'm the devil's right-hand man.
Looks like you boys really put the kibosh on them debtors. You can head on over to the next aisle, plenty more marks for you to lean on there.
Come on, bring 'em to the king.
Oh.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Dude, the thing that everybody... Onion, the onion ring. I got an onion ring.
Anonymous! Oh my
Open
God.
the door or I'm gonna throw rocks through your windows, you dumb whore.
With a 5 gifted. Yeah, fuck. Yeah, crazy. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Literally 5 alerts. I need to fix this. Anonymous with a 5 gifted sub. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Much love. God damn it. Thank you. Thank you. You don't have to. Appreciate it. Love you. Love you. And then congratulations for all the 5 peeps to get the gifted sub. Lucid Letters, Who is Corey, Chronocrits, Jewel, and Lazuli. Thank you, thank you. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Much love. raddtrap H, man. Thank you. Love you. Guys, hang on. Thank the star that caught up with you. I believe I found a way out of this mess you're in. Hot dog, you have? Your strength is growing. You'll soon be a match for the no-good King Dice, and maybe even the devil himself. Golly, do you really think? I do, but you'll never get close to the devil unless you already have those souls contracts in hand. Only then will you get the chance to turn the tables on that fiend. So when that time comes, do the right thing. Wait, what does it mean? What does he mean? What? I don't get it. What does he mean by that? Sounds like a threat. Until then. By the way, there's still some area that we miss. Oh man. Oh man, I really want to finish that. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, it's a shortcut. I got an achievement. Okay. The legendary chalice bid me carry a message to you. She needs your help a far-off isle. A mysterious discovery. The boat awaits. Let us depart. Yes. Ooh, what is this? Oh shit. A side quest? What does he looks evil? Wait, the DLC! Okay, do I want to play the DLC immediately? Sure. What could legendary chalice be looking for all the way out here? Gosh, Cuphead, I don't know. I hope she's okay. We sure are far from home.
Jumpin' jelly beans! You boys made it! I have the most amazing news! And it all has to do with this here cookie. Take a bite and see for yourself.
Don't do drugs.
It worked. It really worked. I'm alive again.
But now I'm a ghost.
What's going on
Here, everything's gone topsy-turvy.
Follow me, boys. I can explain everything. For ages, I've been trying to find a way to escape the astral plane, but nothing worked. Until now. Boys, let me introduce you to Chef Saltbaker, the greatest chef in all the lands.
Welcome, friends. Welcome to my bakery. Miss Chalice, I see my cookie has worked wonders on you.
Oh, my stars. I'm a ghost again.
Oh my, a finicky thing. That cookie. That taste is sweet, but the effect is brief.
Fret not.
Dope. My concerned little cups. I've come up with an amazing new recipe. One bite of these Wonder Tart and you'll have a complete control over the astral plane. This Wonder Tart could bring a chalice back to life for good. No swapping places for nothing. Indeed, just one problem, the recipe requires exceptional ingredients held by the most fearsome of foes. Well, if the Wonder Tart is what it takes to bring Chalice back to life, then by golly, we'll find those ingredients. Alright. Alright, I guess we'll play the DLC. Senior Guard, Intrepid Cups. Fetching those ingredients will be a test of wit and wills. But remember, like any good bake, heart and soul is the secret ingredient. Alright. Girl wrapped up, I can't. One more thing, chaps. Remember to equip that nifty cookie charm in the menu if you want to battle as Miss Chalice. Ooh. Gain access to her double jump, dash parry, and invisible roll. Whoa. Whoa. X3, Chef Saltbaker awarded the best baker in all the lands. Oi, if you're heading out for trouble, the Isles got a load of it. But you sturdy pips looks like you've seen the upside of a low-down brawl. But hey, here's a little tin to help you on your way anyway. Oh shit, what the fuck? Okay, thank you, the shit. Some siege? Maybe not today. I'm actually gonna go for this. This game. Wait, parry dash. Oh, I see. What? Oh shit. But have fun. No. Maybe next time, yeah? Next time. Have fun, you and I'm assuming CJ playing as well. Holy shit. Huh? Oh, I see. All right. I got you. Whoa. The King's Leap. Huh? Hail ye cups, I bid thee welcome to my floating palace. I am the one true king, the king of games. From afar I have seen you battle with zeal and aplomb, and lo, I grant thee a place in my royal tourney. In these bouts, your weapons and charms shan't be of use. You'll have to find different means to best my champions. From victory's riches, now into the fray with haste. Ooh, okay. Interesting, a challenge.
Good day for a well battle. Here goes.
Oh, what the fuck? Alright. Oh my god. Holy shit. Oh my god. Okay, okay, okay. These guys does not slow down.
Well battle. It's on.
Alright. Uh-oh. Wait, did we disconnect it? Oh no. Oh no. I got disconnected. Oh no. Refresh ding dong. Wait, I don't think. Oh shit. Wait, what? My thingy said I got disconnected. Okay. Oh, thank you for letting me know. That's weird. You dispatch that champion in so few rounds. Brave cups. Oh shit, they count my rounds? Thy reward, wealth untold. Furthermore, I permit thee special entry to the next match. Whoa! Okay, that is cool. This is sick.
This match will get red hot. You're up.
The hell? Oh, I can double jump, I forgot.
You're up.
Okay. Alright, I should probably do that. He requires at least 10 hits.
And begin.
Alright, I keep forgetting. Okay. Why do I keep trying?
A brawl is surely brewing. Here goes.
Hey, what? Wow. Okay, that's scary. Reaction time. Okay. Why do I...
Good day for a well battle. It's on.
What? Oh no, this is bad. No, I get debated.
A great slam and then some. And begin.
Alright, redo.
A great slam and then some.
Begin. Keep debated again. God damn it. What? Oh my god. Is this a force and flight? Okay, dude. Come on, man. Too soon. Too early. Keep doing it too early. Okay. Holy shit. It's like playing a guessing game. If you get too close, it's gonna do the too close attacks. Yeah. So I guess you can bait him into doing. Oh, never mind. You do what he wants. I see. You can actually kind of bait him. Oh, okay, I found a weakness. Okay. He is now doing the same shit. Oh no! Yo, how many attacks do you need to get? What the fuck? Huh? What? That was one hit! That was one more hit!
Here goes.
Whatever. Aish. I guess it's because I was too slow there. Okay. Yeah. If you're too slow! If you're too slow, you're fucked.
This match will get red hot. Here goes.
Okay. Too slow again. Too slow. Too slow. Too early? Okay. Yeah, I don't have enough patience to play this game. Oh, that's ballsy. Yeah. Woo!
Good day for a swell battle. Now go!
No! Huh? Okay. Alright. Patience, right? Patience.
It's on!
Okay. Alright, what?
Here's
going
a
on?
real high-class bout. You're up!
Ooh, ballsy. Ooh! Ooh! Oh, what? Oh god. No. Oh my god, dude, I'm playing with fire. It's kind of fun. Let's go. That was so dumb. I don't know why I did that. That was so good. Fuck, this game is so addicting. With this valiant victory, I bestow riches unto thee. Thank you, thank you. Arigato. And now away with ye. That was it? No. Okay. How much coin? 10. Okay, I can buy more shit now. Because you suck, Storu. But we suck in a cool way. I can what? Crack shot. Straight shot with good damage, but breaks into weaker aim. That sounds too good. Parry for HP? That is so good. I have to buy that. Sorry. Converge. Full screen piercing 3-way shot. Hold lock button to narrow spread. Huh? Full screen piercing 3-way shot? I wish they can show you a preview of what it is before you buy it. Spill bauble of unknown origin. Ooh. Twist up. Rapid fire shot with arced pathway and average damage. I don't know if my money gonna be worth it. What the fuck is good damage and average damage? I think the game just wants you to waste your money to see if what I did is worth it or not. It's like learning by experience. Oof. I don't know if I want to buy it. Shit. Ah, you know what? YOLO, dude. Just give it a go. I know this is gonna be shit, but let's give it a go anyway. Hold attack to increase damage, no rapid fire, so precision is key. I want that. That looks fun. Don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened. True. What's up, Real Gaming? How you doing, brother? How you doing? An audience! At last! The climbing contest medal ceremony is about to begin. As a winner, I never gave up. Left them looking like foolish. Second place, just in right, down 1 place from last year. Aww, it's okay, man. It ain't right. I trained too hard only to come in third. Hey, we all learn that, yeah. Glumstone the Giant in Gnome Way Out. Gnome Way Out, okay.
A brawl is surely brewing. Here goes.
Oh no. Oh no. What am I doing? Okay. Ow. Holy shit. Yo! Oh my god. Wait, hold up. 1 sec. One sec.
Here's a real high-class bout. Now go.
Oh my god. Yo, what the fuck is going on? My brain. Oh my god, dude. So many things happening. Oh. This game is not for the dumbass. I don't know. This game is so hard to focus. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. I cannot split my brain.
Now go.
shit. Ew! What the fuck? Whoa, what the fuck? Oh shit. Huh? Oh, that's not good. Why did I do that? Oh my god. No way. Okay.
Good day for a swell battle. And begin.
Ow. Oh. Ooh.
A great slam and then some. Now go.
Okay. No. What? Okay, bro. There's so many things happening.
A great slam and then some. Now go.
Oh my. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Oh, you cannot touch them.
A great slam and then some. You're up.
Oh my god. Wow, wow, oh my god.
Here's a real
Hoo-ha,
flat
hoo-ha,
battle.
hoo-
Now
hoo-ha, hoo-ha. Okay. Okay. All right. Of course. Okay, what? Oh, those guys are at the bottom. Okay, fair enough.
Good day for a swell battle. And begin.
And begin.
A brawl is surely brewing. It's on.
My god. Brain. Function! Holy shit, dude. Yeah, I should stick to Valorant. Yeah, oh my god, bro. I should just stick to Valorant and Battle Royale. What the fuck? No way.
A brawl is surely brewing.
Oh my god.
Begin.
Okay, what? No. Okay. It's okay. Okay, that was bad. Only 1 HP. No!
A great climb and then some. Now go.
That was it. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah. I fita, I keep forgetting. Oh no. I want to restart already. Oh my god. Ooh boy.
Here's a real high-class cup. It's on.
It's on. No! I die. Wow.
Good day for a swell battle. Here goes.
Good day for a swell battle. No way I didn't hit that. Ow? Hello? Okay. Okay. Boy. Oh
Here's
my
a
god.
real high-class bout.
This is so hard. Oh, 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 Alright. Wow, I can literally... Ooh, boy. It's impossible to split your focus into... Oh, wow! How the fuck, dude?
A great slam and then some. Here goes.
Not quite sure how do you split your focus like this. Oh my fucking god. Okay. Alright. Alright, let me see how do I get the healing thingy thing. Wait, did I already have it? Oh, shoot. If I want to play as Miss Chalice, I cannot have anything else. That's interesting. Let's give it a try.
Good day for a swell battle. You're up.
Whoa! Okay. Oh my god, not having a double jump is really hard. Yo, how the fuck do I play this game without Miss Chalice now? It's literally impossible. Wow.
A brawl is surely brewing. And
Shit, now I'm dependable on the Miss Chalice. The double jump is too good? What the fuck? Oh no. Oh my god, dude. Okay. I am... Ooh, wow. I'm actually dependable on Miss Chalice now. Oh, that's bad. Do I want to stick with Miss Chalice? Probably not. The problem is that hard ring is also pretty good. So I don't know if I want to not use it. But Miss Chalice is too good that I don't know if I can play the game without Miss Chalice.
here's a real high-class bout. Now go!
Oh, you been in this boss? No idea. Oh! Not as long as Millennia, though. Oh my god! Ooh, this game.
Good day for a swell battle. You're up.
You're up. Oh! No! Oh my god! Oh my god, dude! I cannot multitask! I cannot split my brain into two.
Here goes.
How the fuck do you guys do that? No, I didn't mean to ult right now. Oh well. Did you just get hit? What? Okay. I actually cannot multitask in this game. Oh my
Here's a
god.
real high-class bout. You're up.
You're up. What if I just spammed on ult then? Oh no. I think that would be... Oh, fuck off. Yeah, wait a minute. Why didn't I do that from the start? Yeah. Huh? Okay. My brain cannot focus on everything.
Yeah, ha, ha.
Oh god, not again. So many things going on. This is like the worst thing that you could give to me. A game where you should multi. Oh my god. I cannot chat.
Now go.
This is actually harder than Millennia. No, I'm kidding. Ooh. Although it's really hard to not keep going.
Match will get red hot. And begin.
This game does have the addiction vibe going on. Like every failure, you're like, okay, this is it, kind of thing.
I am Millennia, Blade of Mikala, and I have never known defeat.
Exactly. How's your depression in this game so far? I'm having so much fun. Would you believe that? No! Oh my god! Okay, so I'm gonna try to ult every time I get it now. Ah! Okay. So we gotta farm the pink as soon as we can. Right. Okay. Oh, good. Okay, that's greedy. Oh, that's... That shouldn't happen. Just like you're about to cry. Not as close as Millennia. The problem with this game is that it's not like a RPG. So every time you die, you don't really lose anything.
You're up.
Like, I guess that's why this game is so good. Is that there's like the punishment is literally nothing. You're just wasting time. That's all. There's no such thing as losing souls or losing point when you die too much. You just you know, you play more. That's the only downside of, which is like depends on who you ask. Some people would be like, "Oh shit," you know. That's why I'm actually having a hard time stop in this game. Because I don't have a reason to stop right now. Oh! Okay. How are we gonna do this one? I guess you're just gonna keep moving around. Holy shit. I just don't know if what I'm doing right now is... Oh! That was YOLO. That was not worth it. Okay.
A brawl is surely brewing. You're up.
You're up. Oop. No! The only annoying thing about this game right now for me is that it's not a game for me. You gotta focus on a lot of stuff. My brain does not work like that. So right now I'm actually having a hard time trying to process everything on the screen. Oh my god. Yup. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Bro, what the fuck is going on? Like right now I can barely process what the fuck is going on with the game. It's so hard to focus.
Fuck. You're up.
Uh-huh. Shit. Ay, shibal. Ooh. Right. Oh my god. Oh my god. Itchy. No! What am I doing that? Okay, okay. Oh my god.
A brawl is surely brewing.
Brain!
You're up.
No! Ay, shibal. Ay, shibal, kisekya! Alright, I am... my focus. My brain is slow. No. The fuck are you saying? Just Korean swear words.
Now go.
Don't worry about it. Oh. Ay, shibal. Oh my god. No. Retry.
A brawl is surely brewing. You're up.
Also, I don't like this game as a streaming game, I'm gonna be honest. I feel like it's gonna be a little bit... It's... I don't know. It's not really my ideal kind of streaming game. Like, it's too repetitive. It's not a lot of progress. It's like the type of game I would play off stream instead. It's too repetitive. I don't know though. Maybe it's good, maybe it's not, I don't know. Oh no, I've missed. I feel like I talk less as well.
Here goes.
Because all my attention's focused on the boss fights. No. Oh my god.
A brawl is surely brewing. You're up.
You're up. No, I miss again. Aish. Aishibal. Good that you can stream it. I don't know about that. Oh my god, dude!
Good day for a swell battle. And begin.
It's not really the type of game that I would play over and over anyway. I feel like the satisfaction is just like defeating the boss and then like, you know, you're good. Next game kind of thing. Ooh. It's funny to watch though. Yeah, that's why I said I don't think it's a I don't think it's a bad stream game. But I'm subconscious about it because, you know, the way I stream is I always talk. When I play this game, I cannot talk at all. The same reason why I don't stream Osu. Or any rhythm game. Because when I play rhythm game, I cannot talk while doing the game. Which is fine, some people don't mind it, like, right? Like, but I'm subconscious about it. I'm like, oh shit, I need to talk. Like now, I need to talk again with chat, like, you know. My brain constantly reminding me that. It's kind of weird. No! You finish MGR. MGR is a lot easier to focus. Oh shit. It's a lot easier to focus. It's a very easy to, like, there's not a lot of multitasking in that game. Like the most complex boss I would say is like the final one, and then that's it. Other than that, it's not I would say Metal Gear Rising is a hard game. Not at all. Like, we beat it in like 2 days or 2 streams. With barely any struggles. No! Misclick.
Good day for a swell battle.
Good game for a swell battle. Oh my god, sorry, 3:30? Oh no. Okay, I'm gonna end it after this boss. Jesus Christ, it's already 3:30. It's only 3:30. Yeah, I'm not doing 24 hours, alright? Chat, calm down. Ah, shit, I didn't get the ult. Ay, Shibal! Shibal, no, 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 no! Oh! Oh my god! No! Oh my god! It's so hard! The final phase is so hard!
Now go.
So many things going on, I cannot...
I'm not sure which skeleton's gonna drown or not. I don't know which... There's gotta be a pattern that I'm not seeing. Oh no. Keep doing it. Hey, Shibal! I forgot about that. No! Okay. This part is so hard to focus. Fuck. No! Oh my god. So close. Okay. How do we do this final phase?
Ha 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 ha.
Wait! Okay, I see the pattern now. I think. Okay, I think I see the pattern. Oh, interesting. Okay, not 100%. Oh god. Oh no. No! Oh my god. It's still so hard. Alright, we got this though. I think this is it. Fuck, this game is so addicting. I cannot stop. Ay, Shibal. Oh no. Oh god, that's so bad. Oh no, this is not a good run. What am I doing in this one? Yeah. That was a bad run.
This match will get red hot. And begin!
This match will get red hot. Hmm? The stomach, the last part? Yes. Oh no, what am I doing? Oh, I threw.
Good day for a swell battle. Now go!
I'm getting tired as well. No, okay, Rat, come on, focus. Oh my god. Oh my god! That was so bad! Oh, I shouldn't get hit at all. That was really bad. Could've do better. Ay, Shibal. So many things going on. My brain can barely comprehend what's going on. Like, what? Ay, Shibahal. Oh my god, let's go! Dude. Why is this game so fun? Fuck. It's like it got the Dark Souls satisfaction to it. It's something that I really like about Dark Souls as well. Oh my my god. I want to keep going. You get the gnome berries? What does that do? Okay, that doesn't do anything. Eh? First try. Gore. Was it blank? Welcome. Come.
Goodbye.
Okay, we need 4 for the charge up. Okay, let's farm some points. Let's do a couple more.
This match will get red hot. And begin!
Ooh, this is very interesting. What am I supposed to do? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, I see. Oi, hello, what the fuck? It's kind of terrifying. Okay. I like this part of the game. It's like not just shooting, it's like a puzzle. Ooh my god, okay. Ooh. Ah! Yo, chill. No. Okay, that was it, right? Yeah, that was it. Okay. Yeah, we got it.
This match will get red hot. You're up.
You're up. Speedrun. Ooh! Ooh! Goddamn, I'm so good. Oh my god. Oh, it feels so nice. Oh my god, I dodged that barely! What the fuck? Ooh. Oh my god! Holy shit. Oh man. Oh shit. I cannot stop chat. This is dangerous. Again, on Zephyr's wings, you flew through that clash. Die reward, wealth untold. Yes, sir. Give me more mines. I'm guessing this is the final one.
This
Sorry.
match will get red hot. Now go.
Whoa. Oh, what the fuck, bro? It's kind of freaky. Oh, I think I know what is going on here. Oh my god, this is kind of hard. Oh wow, this is hard. I think I have to juggle the head back to the executioner. Wow. Okay, this is a little bit harder than the others.
Here's a real high-class bout. Now go.
Okay. Oh, wow, there's just sparks.
Oh my god.
Okay, this one's hard.
Here's a real high-class bout. It's on.
It's on. What? Wow. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is so hard. Fuck. Okay, that was it. That was the last phase. Okay.
A brawl is surely brewing. You're up.
You're up. No, I shouldn't get a hit there.
Woo!
That's so hard.
A great slam and then some. It's on.
Hey, Shibari. Whoa, what? Did you just double hit him? Oh, okay. Gonna be a sharp axe, yeah.
And begin.
Right. Ooh. No. Wow. What? Okay, my left thumb's actually hurting on. That's bad. I think I should. Oh! Ay, Shibal.
A brawl is surely brewing. You're up.
You're up. Oh, that's bad. Try hard. Why am I doing that? Chill, Red, chill. No!
Good day for a well battle. And begin.
Me!
Huh? Okay. Okay. Oh, that's bad. Alright. You just have to accept the pain.
Here goes.
Yahoo!
How am I supposed to juggle all of these? Motherfucker. Oh my fucking god. What? What am I doing? Oh no! I misclicked.
A great slam and then some. Here goes.
A great flaminenza. Here goes. Eh? Nani? Eh? Nani? Yeah? What? Oh boy. Oh my god. Oh, hey. This one's hard.
Here's a real
It's a little bit too RNG.
Here goes.
Too much RNG going on. Whoa, that's sick. Hi, Shibal. Ah! Oh my god. Okay.
Here's a real high-class bout. Here goes.
Here goes. Say Shibo. Why? Oh my god.
A brawl is surely brewing. Now
Brawl is surely brewing. Huh?
here's a real high-class bout. And begin.
Okay. It's literally impossible for me to juggle all of these nuts. Wow, that didn't hit. Alright, game. Fuck you too then.
Great slam and then some. Here goes.
A great flaminenza. No. Ay, Shibal. Huh? Okay, what? No bit RNG, please. No! Ah! No, it's too many of them.
A brawl is surely brewing.
A brawl is surely brewing. And begins. Okay, what? How does that not goes up? Alright. Ooh, that's clean. Alright. It's literally... Alright. It's literally impossible heads up on this.
Here's a real high-class cup.
Go on.
It's on.
I think in this one it's easier to play as Cuphead rather than Miss Chalice. Because you can just like double jump to parry instead of dash, risking of getting attacked by something else. Should I try?
A great slam and then some. Here goes.
If I die one more time, let's give it a try. Yeah, see, this keeps getting me died. Oh, that was it. Like, how am I supposed to hit those? Holy shit, that was really risky. No! Ah, I'm dead. Holy shit. Wow! Okay, that was last second. Okay. That was, yeah, that was a lot of RNG. God damn. So far, all these, the king stuff are easy one though, compared to... Maybe it's because it's the bonus rounds stuff. Like the one with the shooting are extremely hard. I would really say it's extremely hard for me. Welcome. Thank you. Lobber. Ooh, that looks shit. I'm gonna buy that broken relic, cause why not? Your first parry move double as a damaging axe attack. Interesting. The Legends boss ringing the sharp edge. Holy shit, I'm getting tired though. Alright, let's give it a try. I cannot stop. Help. What's up, Dave? How you doing?
This match will get red hot. And begin! Good day for a swell battle. It's on!
Oh, I see. Wow. Okay, this one's hard.
A great slam and then some. Here goes.
Yo, what the fuck? Yo!
Ooh.
Reminder that you wanted to go to sleep after the frost giant thing smiled.
True. Whoa, 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 whoa.
A great slam and then some. It's on.
Hey, Shiba. We're so close. I'm guessing. Oh my fucking god! How the fuck do you dodge that? Wow.
A great slam and then some. Here goes.
Here goes. No. Oh my god. What? Yo, what the fuck is going on? Oh my god, it's so hard. Alright, let's try. Let's try, let's try.
Get red hot. Now
It's already
go.
4. Aww. Hey, okay, it doesn't count, doesn't count. Pull up. This one.
This match will get red hot. You're up.
You're up. Oh my god. Feet. Oh, almost missed. Okay, there we go. What? Okay, what are the chances? Oh, well, that's hilarious. Fuck. Okay, I hit this. I hit the last phase though. All right, last one. Fuck.
This
Last
will
one.
get red hot.
Last one. Help! I'm addicted. No. Oh, wrong one. Oh my god, that was close. Aish. No way, it didn't hit them. What? Okay. I kept my word. Anyways. Oh shit. Alright, I'm not gonna play this off stream. I promise. Promise. This game is so addicting. Oh my god. Cuphead. Jesus Christ. Why the fuck did I not play this game from the start? What the fuck? This is so addicting. Help. Oh my god. That was really fun though. Yeah. 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 Oh my god. Definitely gonna keep going with the DLC. You know, I at least wanna finish the DLC. Because that's like the new content shit, right? And I think this is like the last DLC by the developer before they move on to another project. So yeah. But anyways, chat. Anyways. Think I am going to chilly out here, people. Gonna chilly out here. Thank you all for watching. David, please don't let me play that game off stream. Oh my god. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Wait, you guys? Okay. Magma got a video. All right. No Rocket League. You know what? Tomorrow, let's do some Rocket League. We can do Rocket League either at the start of the stream, not the start of the stream, like the start of the gaming, or at the end of the gaming. Since tomorrow, it's gonna be another variety session. Yes, I don't think we have a lot of horror game, right? So what we're gonna do tomorrow instead is we're gonna do some varieties. Yeah. So probably the plan is to, I guess what we could do is to play Rocket League and then play other stuff. How about that? Because I got a feeling if I'm not gonna get into Rocket League anymore. Like, yeah, I'm kind of good with it. It's not really my kind of thing anymore. It used to be. It used to be my thing. Okay, hey. I said one video, not 3. Oh my fucking god. Alright, fine. One, 2, 3. Oh shit, it's Bruce!
That was a robbery. Pockets on swell like I just hit the lottery. Now every day's a shopping spree.
I got my hater blockers on. It's tunnel vision. If you can't beat them, join them. Better make your decision.
Why you always up in money? You know what I mean?
Okay.
What that nigga say? I got my hater blockers on. Hold on, wait, hold on. I like that. I like that. Hold on, I like that. Hold on, I like that. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on, bitch.
Spree.
I got my hater blockers on. It's tunnel vision. If you can't beat them, join them. Better make your decision.
I got my hater blockers on. It's tunnel vision. If you can't beat them, better join and make your decision. Period.
God damn it. Alright, go on. When you find assault rifle in Fallout
Brian, I've
4.
had enough of this. It's more disgusting than when you gave me that Christmas gift. Oh, what is it? A little birdie? Oh my god, it's dead! Brian! Oh, Brian, this is disgusting! Oh my god, get it out of here!
I'm sorry. I thought you'd like it.
Brian, I love it! I'm gonna call you Sticky Head. I love you, Sticky Head.
Okay. Alright, that's actually a good one. God damn it. Oh, I forgot Seth have a new video. Hey, hey, hey. Seth here. Okay. Oh, Drew, new video as well? Oh no. Seth and Drew new video? Okay. Okay, we can say And Kurskazad new video. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. When you're done character customization.
Blessings of the 8 divines upon you.
For the love of Talos, shut up and let's get this over with.
As you wish.
Come on!
Okay.
I haven't got all morning.
What the fuck is this?
My ancestors smiled at me, Imperials. And you say the same.
Okay, that's good. That's actually good. What is this? What is going on? Oh my god. Say Vati, Elden Ring. Oh yeah. Vati. Oh shit. Okay, we got like a lot of long videos. So we got Vati with 30 minutes of The Warriors Within. Prepare to Cry, which is like one of the best. Seth new review, 24 minutes. Drew, 30 minutes, and then Kurzgesagt, 12 minutes. We can watch one right now, right? Like Seth. Right. I would say yeah. Let's save Drew and Vati for tomorrow. Deal? Scratch the up is not jump video, then too many times things. Thank you, that guy scares me. Yeah, I wanna watch Seth. Alright, let's watch Seth.
Hey people, Seth here. Apologies for the delays. I've been busy bone mashing for the past few weeks. Look it up. I really don't think I need to explain myself, or why gently hammering my chin and cheeks will eventually mold my natural skull to that of a Cro-Magnon grug. Listen, I've been listening to alpha podcasts, and according to men talking to other men, women desire nothing more than a man that looks like Australopithecus. But between my transformation of mind and body, I've been playing something real good. Songs of Conquest is a turn-based hom-like, a genre which currently has 4 games in it, and that's including Heroes 6 and 7. Songs of Conquest is a spiritual successor to Heroes of Might and Magic, and it's a damn good one, which means I am spiritually contracted by the laws of a greater universe, by the creator sons who built this plane of Eurasia to see this game financially prosper. Remember, in this life I am nothing but the mouthpiece of Moloch. I'm just here to tell you what to consume. I like my games like I like my women. A famous YouTuber once told me while driving past the local kindergarten, early access. This is not a joke,
Oh.
it's a cry for help. Ever since the gold play button arrived, I've realized I'm in a den of predators, and there's a hierarchy. Every blood moon we have to offer the...
Wait a minute.
I've realized I'm in a den of predators, and there's a...
What is Asmund doing there? What is he doing? Okay, I get it. I get it. Oh my god. Who the fuck is at the top there? What the fuck? Good one.
Hierarchy. Every blood moon we have to offer the vitae of a child to Mr. Beast. If you refuse to comply, UMG will copy strike all your videos, and I really need that AdSense money. Songs of Conquest is early access. Technically, it's completely functional and has more than enough content to justify the price tag, which is ironic because I didn't pay for it. Gameplay. Because I've played so much Heroes, I do primarily talk about this game in comparison to Heroes of Might and Magic. So, what's in common? It's a turn-based fantasy strategy where each player owns a number of heroes with a limited number of moves per turn. They can be used to fight monsters, take resources, and upgrade towns to fill their ranks with more powerful units. The objective is to defeat every other player. Differences. There's no overland spells, thank God, because I'm tired of living in a world with town portals and dimension doors where a single man can simultaneously defend every town on the map, yet lives in perpetual fear of a dungeon player who, depending on RNG, has both a movement points and mana to dimension door across the entire map and take every single town you own in a single turn. I find this entertaining, engaging, dopaminergic, and to the person who inflicted this upon me after a 4-hour game, I wish you a very pleasant retrograde ejaculation. Instead of heroes, they're called welders. Welders are attuned to essence, the magic of this world. Every unit generates a unique type and quantity of essence when their turn begins, adding to the welder's total. You have one spell book containing every spell. That might sound underwhelming until you realize I never said anything about casting one spell, because you can cast every spell multiple times, and they stack. How many spells can you cast in a single turn? Infinite. Your only limitation is imagination, and of course, the amount of essence you possess. Combat is effectively a chessboard, except my queen gets 10 consecutive moves, because I collected 21 yellows and purples. Towns are no longer a single screen. They're actual towns surrounded by external buildings. These are modular. You can build whatever you want, provided you've got the space for it. Unlike Heroes, where units are produced in bulk at the start of each week, here you produce a constant supply every day. This takes a bit of getting used to, but the logic is you get to see an immediate return on your investment immediately, as opposed to 7 days. And because build sites are modular, there's nothing stopping us from building 6 rat warrens at the same time and dedicating ourselves to playing a purely rat-based experience. Generally, you produce more than you have actual money to buy. Economy is important, and we must increase our GDP. For this reason, half the towns I conquer, out of necessity, will become plantations. Yes, it's a fantasy military campaign. And you know what? It still runs on corn. Also, I have found that all the resources I ever need cannot be found. So I have to build markets, and then I have to build more markets to offset the horrible exchange rate, because I cannot afford to buy lean rock at such prices. Conquering the town of another faction gives you several options. Raze it to the ground and rebuild as your own, convert the town, which replaces each building with your respective faction equivalent, or occupy the town, which means you keep it intact, you can't do anything with it, but for every turn it's occupied, you generate an obscene amount of money. In case you haven't figured it out, you can't mix races. Sorry, that doesn't sound very good. You can't mix different factions in this game. Some might be upset about this, but there's a very simple explanation. Each of the 4 races generate very different types of essence. If you could mix and match, you would have access to the strongest spell combinations in the game, which, by design, are intentionally difficult to obtain. Combat is very similar to Heroes. If you're not familiar, each unit is called a stack. The number represents how many identical units are inside that stack. For example, these are ducks. They are a stack of 7 ducks, but I can can split them into 7 stacks of 1 duck. Does that make sense? Either way, I can't hear you, so I'm going to continue. Dependent on the command ability of your welder, your army contains between 3 to 9 stacks. Unlike heroes, your stack has a maximum size depending on the unit. This is so you actually play the game, instead of playing Necropolis, which involves waiting inside your base until the numbers get so high, they stop rendering. I'll never forget the tactical genius of telling all my units to wait, only for my Brazilian opponent to match my strategic prowess by making all of his units wait, which put us right back to the beginning as if nothing ever happened. Delaying your turn to bait out the enemy, thankfully, is no longer an option. Every unit now has a zone of control, meaning if you enter any of the surrounding hexagons, you can't leave or pass without provoking an attack of opportunity. Consequently, reaching your opponent's backline is guaranteed death for his ranged units. Conversely, ranged units benefit from high elevation. The higher you are, the bigger your range, and the harder it is
This is
for melee
big
units
brain
to reach
heroes
you.
and
Compared to heroes,
magic.
unit upgrades are very pricey. However,
Which is-
the
what do you
upgraded
mean?
form of
This is
every
the
unit
best
is
one.
about a 2-fold power difference, which
Set
doesn't
video
account
or
for all the abilities they
quality?
receive. These range from game-changing to I'm going to play the bagpipes. Currently, there's 4 races to play: Arleon, Rana, Barya, and the Barony of Loth. Arleon is post-collapse Rome, a formerly dominant empire carved up by barons and feudal lords, trying desperately to hold on to the status quo. That is, if Rome allied itself with the entire furry community. Honestly, I kinda get it. Imagine you were an explorer, and you stumble upon this isolated village inside the Amazon, consisting entirely of Crystal the Fawn. But there's no males. So, you gotta do your part. You gotta turn those woodland creatures into woodland Twinkies, because if you don't, they won't survive. Barya is literally the Merchants Guild. They're a federation of technologically advanced merchant states who also engage in a little slavery, which is unfortunately where the comparison ends, because we've never owned slaves. I actually asked my relatives, and technically, what we had would be referred to as serfs. Rana represent the scalies, the frogs, and everything else that comes out of a swamp. Typically, if you have more than 4 limbs, you get to be part of Rana. Enslaved and abused for generations, their natural response, understandably, is to murder everyone. Finally, we've got the Barony of Loth, a breakaway faction of Arleon. The only difference? Necromancy. They're trying to bring back the good old days by raising them from the dead. For reference, one of their basic units is a loyal soldier brought back from the dead. Their strongest is several soldiers buried close together, so when resurrected, they fuse together into a giant lump. And that's about it for gameplay. There's people to kill, treasure to loot, and cities to plunder. Pretty much the quintessential hero's experience. This game can be played both on and offline, single player and multi. It's not very clear, but you can actually hot seat this game, as in play with 2 people on the same computer. All you have to do is tag yourself in for 2 slots when starting the map. There's currently no mechanic to hide the screen between turns, so I recommend putting a blanket over it before you press end turn. Still, there's no guarantee people won't try to peek, which is why
I forgot
record
he
the
have
entire session
Felix
on a USB
Ducky
camera. My house is a very fun place. Hey Seth, why is there a proximity sensor? Good question. Why is there movement at 3 in the morning? There's also a map editor, and it's very good. You can do a lot of complex events without having to understand the code behind it. Conversely, for the Heroes 5 video, I had to learn a scripting language just to make a 10-second joke. Finally, there's the single-player campaign, which leads us to the story. There's currently 2 campaigns, Arleon and Rana, each consisting of 4 different missions. Do not be fooled. These are deceptively long and take a while to finish. The Arleon campaign is a good introduction to the game. It shows you the ropes and helps you understand the core concepts. However, your main character, Cecilia, is a unit-focused welder, so you won't get a super deep appreciation of the essence system until you've had more time to play around with it. She's not a spellcaster, so you won't get access to better spells unless you know exactly how to level up and tilt the skill priority. And for the record, I don't think most people playing right now even realize you can do that. So unless you know exactly what you're doing, which, spoiler, you don't, you're going to have a mixed experience. That's because you'll mostly have Order Essence, which is very buff heavy, but it's not spectacular, and you don't have it leveled up, so you won't even get to see its full potential. It's a mild complaint, and you can fix it by playing the Rana campaign. At the end of each mission, you are rewarded with singing. I'll be honest, I skipped this in the beginning because I felt secondhand embarrassment, but eventually I grew to like it and just embraced the experience. I thought about it. The bards of yesterday are pretty much the SoundCloud rappers of today. So why did I produce such an automatic, visceral response? Maybe the Zoomer population could relate a little more. Maybe if every mission was concluded with a short performance by the prodigious Lil Yachty. Maybe the eventual Barony of Loft campaign could feature lyrics by XXXTentacion, which would be fitting because, you know, they're undead.
No, dude.
And he is,
no.
similar. Right now, the game is always changing.
Come on, man.
Almost every week, nerfing some kind of exploit, which was usually the core of my strategy. So I'm forced to make this review even faster to try and outpace the balance team. I'm obviously using a plural, but I know who you are. Carl. Listen, I'm just a young blood trying to make it in the project.
Carl in
I'm
chat?
raised on a staple diet of oatmeal and ironic webms of anime girls about to undress.
Whoa!
Where in the last second, they pull a bait and switch on you, swapping to animated footage of African-American men reflecting shower water using their developed glutes. But you gotta keep a brother down when you cap Essence Generation to 6 of unit. Why you gotta do this to me? He's doing this quicker than I can write the script. And no, I am not going to correct myself. I'm just gonna Photoshop over it and pretend it still works. Section 3, abusing the game. The following is an unsorted list of things I've discovered. Spells. Spells are interesting. Spells can be stacked for great effect. For example, Knights have the ability to charge. For every tile they cross, they deal more damage. But if you cast Quicken and stack it repeatedly, they can run back and forth across the entire battlefield several times over, until finally they collide with the enemy. Pacify a monster. Do it twice. Whatever damage it used to do, it doesn't, and now can be safely beaten to death using string instruments. Charge Essence allows a Necromancer to generate his essence twice per turn. Strengthen Essence allows any unit generating essence to generate even more. Casting Strengthen Essence twice on free Necromancers gives you 36 balls worth of arcane and destruction. That's 2 arcane storms and 2 fireballs every turn. Or you can repel him 5 times. The displacement may be physical, but the damage is psychological. I found that repel also works on your units. This enables us to perform drive-bys. You know what else works on your units? Blood Boil. Wait, what's this? Rats go berserk when injured, doing double damage? Very curious. Blind Hatred makes a unit randomly attack another. At max level, this happens 3 times in sequence. So we force a militia to attack a horned one. The horned one berserks, one-shots the militia, and everyone around it. You can cast this on your own units as well. Charge a High Legion into enemy ranks. By the way, Legion attacks cleave through enemies into adjacent targets. Cast Blind Hatred. Watch as they peel everyone around them like a potato. And then continue your turn, because that didn't count as an attack. If that ever sounds unfair, just remember, you can take free stacks of dragons, take free turns, and then cast Rejuvenate to get 6 turns, and then cast Mist on them, turning them invincible until the next turn. This doesn't affect you because they're faster than everyone else, which puts you in an infinite loop where you can attack the enemy and turn invincible before he can ever respond. Every single turn. But when you have so many dragons, you're building tall. So I cast Justice, which kills 9 of a stack, regardless of what they are. Each time I cast that spell, you lose 30k, which makes you rather upset. So you patch it the next day. Whatever I'm going to do. Oh, that's right. I'll just cast it again. Alternatively, take advantage of the Essence system to build wide and fill every army slot with a 1-stack. Good idea, but you're not the first. There's a mechanic called Momentum. Essentially, each time you kill a stack, everyone on your team does more damage, but they also take less damage. For this reason, losing several units in a row quickly spirals out of control and may cost you the entire fight. Ignore my advice, continue to 1-stack. Have your opponent cast Apocalypse on your ass. Realize in that moment, his welder has Essence Leech. Watch as your essence gets stolen, multiplied by 3, and used against you. Wide isn't bad, as per se, but there's more interesting ways to do it. Sacrifice 9 stacks of Blessed Bones to make 9 stacks of Skeletons to generate 18 units worth of essence. Then do it again to make 27. Paint the map. Don't stop until there's no more free space. When walking is no longer an option, when the concept of moving forward implies we can burn it quicker than it grows. Earthblock is a great spell. So great, in fact, that nobody could invade towns anymore. Melee units would desperately tunnel through the jungle, dying from 10 billion trillion arrows before they even got close. According to the patch notes, they fixed it. What does that mean? Absolutely nothing, because I'm still doing it. In this game, the laws of physics are less of an obligation and more of a rough guideline, which I've chosen to ignore. I don't need to explain how a cannon, which normally has to reload between shots, can fire the same cannonball 10 times in a row. But if you stack multi-attack on a Hell Breath, anything is possible. Spells have a lot of fine print. For example, Rapid Fire gives every ranged unit an extra attack, but it's not based on the unit's turn, it's based on the entire round. So 3 different units shoot 6 times, but because it's still the same round, we cast Rejuvenate and shoot 12 times. I love this game. Swap is a very versatile spell. What's that? A tightly knit circle of spellcasters? Allow me to swap in my hyena with his mage, leaving his forces with no option but to kill themselves, because a hyena retaliates first and has infinite retaliations. Defending against the siege, decide that I want my ballistas even closer. His strongest unit is now at the top of my tower, so I fence him off into a little playpen. Bad smell gas, a leading cause of BRAP-related mortality. Swapping 2 units inside a cloud of gamer girl miasma makes them gag all over again, until their nostrils bleed and their organs collapse out of mercy to escape this mustard hell. I know my imagery is evocative, but for the record, I'm not into this. I have a flowery imagination, and I'm an empath, which means even if I'm not a brap fag, I have walked that path, and I found it to be morally dubious. It's time to change the topic. The most ridiculous swap I've ever done is with an artificer. Place a landmine directly in front of him, target an enemy on the same lane, and swap him out. The landmine is now directly behind the enemy. Cast Repel, and watch them forcibly eat the landmine twice, because for some reason, repelling people into traps applies the damage twice. At this point, I am so far gone, I don't even know where exploits begin and mechanics end. Case in point, normally it takes a while to get your economy rolling and producing troops, but when you recruit a welder, they spawn with some units already. Now, if you dismiss them, they disappear from the game, but they can be rehired with the same starting units. So, right from the start, we print a bunch of high-end units, steamroll through the early turns, and pay off our investment. This is, objectively, the best way to play, as according to my subjective feelings. Then I wondered to myself, could I abuse the hire and dismiss mechanic even more? Of course I did. Why else would I write this? There's a very interesting skill in this game called Tutor. When 2 friendly welders interact, max level Tutor grants 75% of a tutor's total experience to the other welder at no cost. When welders level up, they get offered skills. Depending on your choices, you get offered a different power at levels 8 and 16. Paired with a high level Tutor, I abuse this to train 8 different welders in the blink of an eye. We avoid skills with combat and magic. We take only miscellaneous passive income. So when we hit level 8, we get access to Levy, which means at level 16, we get the upgrade. Rank 2 Levy is a power that grants you a global 60% increase in unit production. Multiplied by 8 welders and rounded up, that's 500% more dragon every turn. That's 6 dragons a day. It's actually insane. Alternatively, your opponent is running a counter to your build, so you build the counter to his counter, except in your case, it takes you 5 seconds to counter his entire game, or you realize you can't win. A fair fight, that is. But who said we had to fight fair? We're going to win by losing, and they're going to lose by winning. We train up a bunch of welders to get the first turn. We nuke the field, we kill units many times our value, and then we die. And then we do it again and again, until eventually they have no troops left with which to fight. At which point, I start to mock them. I call them gay, and immediately apologize, unless they identify with that label, in which case, I send a little kiss, you know, to establish dominance. I've told you, a lot of abuse, but ultimately, the strongest tactic in this game is just play Rana. All the Rana initiative upgrades, prepared level 3 and eager level 2, results in the highest possible initiative in the entire game. There is no counterplay, because you don't get to play, you just get to watch. As Sun Tzu famously said, when 2 men sword fight in the shower, the winner strikes first. At the end of the day, balance. I don't give a shit, because I want something interesting to me. I played a lot of Heroes multiplayer, and guess what? it sucked. There's very little dopamine to be had from playing online. Here, it's a lot better. Games go faster, you fight quicker, and more often. You have to carve a path up to your enemy and manage supply lines. You don't just win out of the blue without some foreshadowing or momentum. Based on the title, you would expect some good music, and you'd be correct. I think the music is generally fantastic, but the Arleon and Frog tracks have a particular nest in my heart. The amount of sprite work done for this game is absolutely insane.
It's amazing.
I realized they made a unique sprite for every welder, that there's 9 per faction, so they had to make 36 of them. I felt pretty humble. All the sprites and all the animations are beautiful. It's generally just a beautiful game. In summary, the world is incredibly starved for games like Songs of Conquest, and I'm gonna shill it as hard as I can, or for as long as my attention span holds. I'm such a Gemini. Why? Because it represents a return to the 2000s, where products had long-term appeal and complexity, where some respect was given to the temporary, finite human experience which yearns for cognition and introspection. If you don't believe me, imagine releasing the ancient game of Mahjong as a standalone product today. It would play for you automatically until you reach a perfect 50-50 win-loss ratio, regardless of your own skill. It would have gacha mechanics. They would be described as forgiving, reasonable, and I'm paid to write this article, where 10,000 pulls grants you a single pity pull, where you can take out a loan at the press of a button to buy more gacha, and that little twig you throw is a DLC sold separately. In conclusion, I forgot the point I was trying to make. Get your car and go buy a 40-pound bag of rice. Trust me, you'll thank me later. Songs of Conquest. I adore this game and highly recommend it. If you're interested, follow my link for 30% off on GOG for the next 10 days. I think. I'm not sure. Yo, editor, clip this out. That's a joke. I don't have an editor. This is probably the best discount and lowest price ever offered, so please take advantage of it. I'd like to say this is made possible because of my inflated ego, a mechanism of overcompensation for my non-existent self-worth. But in reality, and though it pains me to say this, the man who made this possible is French. As always, more content to come, so stay tuned. I need to sell out. A warm thanks to the many members of the Merchants Guild generously funding and bankrolling these videos. You're all truly wonderful. Have a good one.
I fucking love Seth. So good. Every fucking video. Dude, he's like a psychopath that likes to play game. Thankfully, he's funny, like witty, you know, but also smart. Like, he have a very strategic brain. He knows what he's doing with YouTube. I'm thank God he's a YouTuber. And then a loose psychopath. Oh my god, I fucking love his content though. It's so amazing. Seth, with a good video once again. God damn. Still awake, dang. Yes, sir. I was enjoying. I got addicted to Cuphead, not gonna lie. It was pretty addicting. I had to make myself stop. Oh yeah. Yeah. What's up, Yua? How you doing? Did you just woke up? Sudo also just woke up. God damn, most of you guys are asleep early. On the weekend, chat. Once it forced me to stay up, help. I blinked twice. Help. Help. No, but yeah. I got addicted to Cuphead for like a bit earlier. I had to stop myself. It's very fun. Well, let me finish my bread. Is Magma still here? Boy, no. Magma! "24 hours or your head is a cup, Monga Giga." Help? Should I subscribe to my OnlyFans? I need help. Thank you, Seth, for the good video once again. Excellent. Ah. His OnlyFans is full of different flavors, red drinks. What? Wait, what do you mean? Eh? Holy traps. Alright. I think that's alright. I was actually about to like give Rocket League like a quick try. But I think Magma is not here, so let's keep it for tomorrow, okay? So tomorrow is gonna be a fully variety stream. We got a couple variety of games to play. And I'll keep Cuphead as the last option just for tomorrow. Just so we can fit in some of these other games that we can try. Let's see. Ooh. Yeah, we got a lot of option tomorrow. I'm not sure how are we gonna do tomorrow. What are we gonna do? Or how are we gonna do it? We could go to like a series of like games that we can go for, or we can do some of like you know, Rocket League, this game, that kind of like we can try short amount of time and hop on to the next one. Because I also have like a couple of co-op games. Oh my god, so many games to play, so little time. No. Oh, Jesus. Cuphead, huh? 24-hour stream that you can play all of them. Okay, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. No, I don't think so. Copy Floops, play Halo 4. I'm good. Dude, I haven't even played Halo 2 and 3. Till today, I haven't finished those two games. And I don't know if I ever will. I'm gonna be honest. I probably should, but I don't know. Oh shit, hold up, I gotta go to the toilet. Hold up, one second. I don't Saints, make funny jokes in chat. Hold up, my hair keeps getting in the way. Dude, Halo 2 and 3 are really shorts. Like, how shorts? I don't know. I have no interest in starting it in the first place. Master Chief is short. Why make the joke when we're watching it? Ahaha, good one. Fuck you. Alright. I think we can chilly out here, chat. Then we can chilly out here. Tomorrow I'll be back. Not sure what time. We'll be back tomorrow. Gonna do some random shit. Yeah, I don't know. I need to plan it out for tomorrow. Like what stuff we can do and stuff like that. EFT wiped? Wait. Is the arena gonna come along with this new update? Hold up. EFT arena. That's the only thing that I want to play right now. I'm not gonna play the main game because I can barely hit 60 FPS. It's not fun. And yeah, I just want to give the arena a try. Don't think so. Just a wipe patch? No, man. I don't know. I guess I could give it a try again, but I doubt that I can run it. That's the thing. Arena is around beginning of Q4. Hmm. I see. It is a standalone after all. It is not an update, so they can release it anytime they want to. Hmm. Well, I'll do some research whether the new EFT update is playable or not for me. If it is, then I'll give it a try. If not, then I'll just wait for EFT. I mean the arena. Yeah. That's how we're gonna go with EFT. Or at least until like I get my new GPU. Cause I'm still waiting for the price to go down like a little bit more. The RTX, the 3070 Ti hasn't budged at all. 3060 Ti has dropped down, but 3070 and 3070 Ti hasn't moved at all in terms of price. I'm just waiting for them to go down just $100, $200 more, and then like I'm good. I'll grab it. With the inflation thing, it's gonna increase price. You think so? I don't know. There's so many things happening though. You're right. The thing is that 3060 is going down. Let me see how much is the price right now. $3060 Ti is whoa. Okay, that is a scam. That is definitely a scam. That's way too cheap. What the fuck? God, the price range is all over the place. Different brands of the same 3070 Ti can range like can have like a $200 difference, which does not make sense. I'm gonna wait for one more month then. If the price not changing, I'll get it. Cause you're right. Eventually it's gonna go up again. So I feel like there should be a sweet spot where it's gonna be like low enough that I could just like get it. You know? Want to play radio or not, but not on consoles match? Well, get a PC. You get yeah, the bad timing, man. What's this? Arma Reforger. It's a scuffed Arma. It's a scuffed Arma, basically. It's like Arma 3.5 in a way. It's a pretty interesting bridge for the devs. It's kind of like a testing ground of Arma or of like the next in the series. I feel like that's how the game felt like. I'm getting PC for SWAT 4 remaster. Well, up to you. It's ready or not on video now? I have no idea. I don't keep an eye out on Nvidia now. So I don't know much about it. Bop, bop, bop. Ba, 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 da, 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 da. All right. Alright, we're actually chilling here. Anyway, chat. Anyways, thank you guys all for watching. I'll be back, or we'll be back tomorrow, around the same time, which is 8 a.m. Eastern Time or 7 p.m. GMT plus 7. The theme is gonna be variety, so there's gonna be a bunch of games that we need to go through. But if the single player stuff is short enough, there's some co-op stuff that I might play with Jigs, and there's also Rocket League, and then there's also Cuphead. So we got a lot of backup plans for tomorrow. So yeah, tomorrow is definitely going to be a variety stream. So yeah, unfortunately no horror games. There's not a lot of good horror games recently, so yeah. Next couple months, we're gonna have a lot more horror games, don't worry. But it's Saints just need a PC and log in NVIDIA now to play, no need to install. Oh yeah, true. All you need to do is that, all you need is a decent internet, like, not decent, like a actually high-speed internet. And, if your region supports it. Look it up. Alright. Anyway. Thank you guys all for watching. We'll be back tomorrow for the usual shit. But for now, I'll be chilling out here. Once again, thank you everyone for chilling out in chat till the end of the stream. I gotta thank... Oh my god, so many things happened today. Gotta thank you, Saints Flow, with the 20 months resub. Thank you so much, appreciate it. And then 20 bits as well. Thank you. Thank you, Yua, for the raid earlier. Appreciate it. And then alongside Anonymous with a gifted sub to Yua. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Very humble. One Sense with a 43 months. What the fuck? I cannot fathom the fucking number. Every time One Sense resubs is basically reminding me how long have I been streaming. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's like every time One Sense Pseudo, I think it's like the longest time sub. Oh my god. That's 43 months is not a short time. That's crazy. And then of course, Anonymous with a 5 gifted sub. Crazy motherfucker. Crazy. Thank you, appreciate it. And of course, everyone who followed the channel throughout the stream, appreciate it. I hope to see you guys on the next one. And yeah. Last but not least, thank you everyone for chilling on the chat till the end of the stream. Thank you, Yua, Jigs, Saints, One Sin, Pseudo, Magma, Blank Doll, and everyone else who chilling out or lurking, the stream open in the background while you're doing your own stuff. Appreciate it. Much love. Thank you. Respect. But other than that, no Andy Wood just arrived. Well, I'll be back again tomorrow. Okay, I'm gonna chill out for the night. I'm gonna hang out. All right. Other than that,